Good morning and welcome to this morning's reflection. How are you today? I hope you're well and I hope you're enjoying the warm weather. Well, it's supposed to get cooler today, but at least the weekend was a hint of the wonderful summer to come. We've been looking at God's story and the place that we play in God's story, or the role that we play in God's story. We come into this world with a longing to be known and a deep-seated fear that we are not what we should be. And I think I know that fear really well, and I'm sure many of you do. Think about the part you are playing, the self you have put on like a costume. Who cast you in that role? Most of us live out someone else's script, written for us by our parents, by those that we have encountered during our lives, by our peers. And in this script we have not been invited to live from our hearts. We have not been invited to be who we truly are. So we put on these false selves, hoping to offer something, just something more acceptable to the world. We learn our roles well. The smart kid, the victim, the pretty girl, the sporty boy. But God has created us differently. He has created us with a unique identity, a role in His larger story. But often we are handed a revision by others, by those who participate and play a role in our lives. And it's very, very hard to shed the roles that we have been given, because they are deeply embedded, often by the arrows that have stayed, poisoning our perception of ourselves, until someone with power can take them away and free us. Free us from our false selves. Without such a person, we are or we become lost in our small stories, looking and hoping for a clue to who we truly are. And so we are created in the image of God. We are a reflection of the Trinity. If we really understood that, this wonderful truth deep in our hearts, it would truly transform us. We are made to be relational at our very core. Our creation is by love, in love, and for love. And we are who we are because we relate to others. And we often draw our identity from the impact we have on others. We desperately want to matter to others, and so we create an identity that might matter. And then we play out that role in our lives, forgetting that we are the beloved of God, that is our role. But when we put on these other identities, they have a profound impact on our lives. If failure is the part you play in life, then you will fail. If performance is the part you play in life, then you will perform. If victim is the role you play in life, then you will be victimized. If success is the role you play in life, then you will strive for success. All of these roles that we dress ourselves up in are in an attempt to avoid being exposed. And yet, what is at the core of who we are? What can be exposed? As we peel away the layers of ourselves and we get to the true self, what if that part of us was exposed? What would people see? The gospel says that we are God's beloved. That's what they would see. The beloved of God, gifted and purposed for a role in the story. And so what does God want from us? What is the role that we play in His story? Some say that He wants obedience, He wants sacrifice, He wants doctrinal correctness or morality. Some say God is after our contentment or our happiness. And possibly God is concerned with all those things. But His primary concern is us. His primary concern is that we come to Him and that we recognize that we are made in His image and in the image of the Trinity. And that in recognizing that, we understand that we are valuable. And out of that value, and out of that deep, deep love that God has for us, we might discover we have something to offer to the story of God seeking humanity. The question is, what is it that you are called to offer? Amen.